41% of the moon can't be seen from Earth at any point in time. What's up there? What's the moon trying to hide from us? Is it something to kill us for Halloween? Welcome to TruTulsa.
I'm terrified. Anything could be on the moon, and the man is not going to tell us.
You know what's crazy about the moon? We haven't been to the moon in how long? We go up there, we pull back some rocks, and we're like, yeah, we did it. We beat the Russians.
No, see.
And now we pay them to take us into space. Who really has won?
Well, here's the thing. We might have a base on the moon right now. I mean, you're not going to know that.
It could be
I'm not
41% of the size of the moon.
It could be 41%. It could be on the entire dark side of the moon, and we would never even know.
Oh, absolutely. Now, here's the crazy thing. I'm extremely exhausted right now. I was partying at the Hard Rock Casino up there.
No way.
We got a little friction club. It was pretty intense. I dug it.
What time did you get there?
I showed up probably 10 o'clock.
Okay.
I probably left at almost 6 in the morning.
Are you kidding?
No joke. So we
at Friction?
No. Well, Friction was open until probably 2, and then kicked everybody out.
All right.
No, so we rented this suite, right? We wanted to throw a big bash. You know, a friend of mine's having a birthday, and we're gonna do it big. So we rent a hotel suite up there. Not just any little tiny room, but a little wet bar, a little living area, a couple of beds.
What floor?
Floor 3.
All right. Okay.
3 is in. Wow. 3. It was awesome.
That's good. Well, then you're not so far away from the action, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
if you fall out of a window, you got a good chance of surviving.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I'd say at least 3 to 1 odds.
Yeah.
Of surviving a deathly attack on them.
Yeah, I think if you get beyond like 5 floors, terminal velocity kicks in.
Did you ever see? Speaking of floors, did you ever see that horror movie with 13 floors?
Yeah.
Like the 13th floor.
Yeah.
Where like the building didn't have a 13th floor.
Wait, did it have John Cusack and Morgan Freeman in it?
I can't even remember. I just remember there was a movie.
Okay.
And so the elevator's going to the 14th floor and stops on the 13th floor. Right? And so then the guy, it's just like this eerie red, kind of a cheesy movie. But yeah, there's a. By the way, I would like to introduce to you all the Hottie pictures.
Yeah. We're showing our support for breast cancer awareness.
Breast cancer awareness, because we here at TruTulsa love
we love the pink.
We love the pink.
We love the pink.
Love the boobies.
Yeah.
I just will not wear. I'm just not a pink guy. I don't think I'll wear.
I bet you would look good in it.
I probably could sport some pink. You know what? Maybe on one of these shows, we'll take a look. We'll maybe do some pink. Right?
I think you would look okay in it. You have a really good base. You know, you have a real good red color to your skin. You know, you don't have this pallor.
Yes. It's partial bohemian tan, but you know that's all right.
Well, you have kind of dark, because you have dark blue eyes, right?
Yeah, they're like blue, green. Now here's the crazy thing.
They're just these pools of azure.
Azure.
Yeah.
Yes, very blue. Now here's the crazy thing. If you've got green eyes, right?
Yeah.
Here's the weird thing. There's millions of people that live in the world, you know. It's crazy, right? By the way, world population expected to be 7 billion on Halloween, so you might want to pick up at least 1 or 2 extra bags of Snickers.
Yeah.
I think so, for sure.
Yeah, I think you need to start planning ahead, you know. Cause
make sure you get some more Krabby Patties. We all know you love those.
Yeah, put them in
that right there, you stole my Krabby Patties. Yeah. Just kidding.
Yeah, talk to the microphone.
Absolutely.
This is first and foremost a podcast, and so even though, see again, we love the pink. Is that Nicki Minaj?
Ooh. You know what? It's pink.
Yeah.
It's pink. She loves breast cancer awareness.
Yeah, that's just not my head. That's just not my hat. That's pointy.
Here's the best thing. Here's the best thing. Men, right? Men have this deal where when we see just an absolutely drop-dead gorgeous woman, we will forget what we were talking about. We were discussing breast cancer awareness, and suddenly, squirrel. Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Squirrel. See, now I've been married, and here's the thing, is that I have been married for 25 years. Brett, though, is an incredibly eligible bachelor. And so that's why my mind is just drifting back to last night.
I like long walks along the beach.
At the Hard
dinners. Talks about family and friends.
Yeah, drunken fest at the Hard Rock. So whose birthday was it?
A friend of mine, Lisa, by the way.
Shout out Lisa. How young is Miss Lisa?
You know what, I tell you what?
You don't
Lisa
know.
stopped aging after the age of 22.
I was gonna say 22.
Yes, she stopped aging. Regardless of, she will be 22 every single birthday for the rest of her life. She is a Facebook. Are you a friend of the show?
Are you a friend of the show?
Are you?
You should go to facebook.com/TruTulsa.
Now this is not going specifically.
That's not TruTulsa.
If you haven't friended the show yet and are still watching,
yeah,
go on, friend us.
Yeah.
That way we can take a look. We know who's following the show. We got a relative idea, you know. And
what could go wrong?
But find out more about stuff at TruTulsa, TruTulsa.com.
Yeah, we have to be careful because there's TruTulsa, which is part of the esteemed This Land Press, but they spell it true.
Yeah, and we're looking at possibly never suing them because they did it first. But I want to say, for purposes of this, we will get you for trying to take the popularity of TruTulsa and turn it in for TRUE Tulsa.
Yeah, no, I think
Shameless.
everyone knows that we're
Shameless.
true. We're true. We're true. And we're kind of keeping it short and punchy.
Just.
But I'm still curious, what was at Hard Rock that was better than Oktoberfest? Now here's the thing, is that going to Oktoberfest as a young single guy versus going as a grumpy old man with a daughter much too young for his age, okay? You know, so me and the missus, we got out there about 4, and it's just great as always. You know, parking's $5, big deal. Look, don't take the FEMA buses. Don't take the FEMA buses. You always end up kind of getting on there with people you don't really want to be
I
with.
had last year. I missed Oktoberfest this year. I did have some obligations. Tim was out there, and the other guys were out there, so. We did, you know, TruTulsa was down at the Oktoberfest. But last year, best thing, we were doing the buses, right?
Okay.
And so we're on the bus, and this is probably like the second or third, maybe almost last bus, right? And so everybody is just blitzed out of their mind.
What time?
Right?
What time at night?
This would have been like, you know, place closes at 11:30. We're leaving at like 11:20.
Oktoberfest closes at 11:30 or 12.
I think so, something like that. Yeah, which is a little shit. But it's the closing crowd, and so we're all on this little school bus, you know, and we're riding down to the casino to go pick up our cars.
Just drunk as heck.
Absolutely, just blitzed out of our mind.
And you're gonna drive home.
and so we're you're going to drive home.
Yeah.
After you get done taking a ride, being responsible, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so we start singing "Wheels on the Bus Go Round and Round." Absolutely, grown people on the bus singing "Wheels," and I was just, you know, I busted this off. I'm like, "Wheels on the bus go round and round." And much to my surprise, the entire rest of the bus wanted to finish it up with windshield wipers and bus wheels and everything.
That's amazing. You're kind of like a bard. A bard of beers, Brett.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Brett's
I love
bard
to have fun.
You do. See, that's the way I look at it. When I get out, I want to talk to people and kind of get to know them, but not know them.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want someone with, you know, with boundary issues to kind of lay all of their stuff on me. I don't want to hear. I mean, but just kind of making that, you know, that connection. That's great.
Absolutely, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Brett, you could have gone Flintstones.
Absolutely.
And everyone would have joined in, wouldn't they?
Absolutely. I would
imagine. Did you do the chicken dance last year?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh.
So
there's a big difference. My point is this. There's a big difference between going as a big person with a kid. Now, it is one of the most family-friendly events out there, and I'll tell you why. Because they have all these rides. There's no line. It's only $3 each, and you know, you can just put the kiddo out there, and they love it. And I mean, it's about beer, And so because it's about beer, you don't get as many just like happenstance people through. And so you can get on the rides and you always have a great view of downtown. Yeah. So we ended up going last night, stayed until, oh, I didn't tell you. So a dance troupe. So we get the beer, the Ramstein beer, and we sit down.
This is killing me. You gotta pull it in.
The Ramstein. So we sit down, and there's a dance troupe from Broken Arrow, and they're doing these really sweet numbers like Lord of the Dance. You know, it's an all to Irish brogue thing. It's real cool. I feel like, yeah, it's kind of cultural. Yeah. And then for the last song, they break out a Britney Spears, right? And they have like these leggings and short shorts. And I'm like, I just was so disgusted because, my 4-year-old girl's there, and she's impressionable. Everything else was cool, and so I just turned my back, and I was just laughing. I was like, oh no, again, you're always reminded you're in Oklahoma or something, whatever. There was a guy a couple of tables around. Not only was he not turning his back, but this guy stood up with his hands in his pockets. What? I'm just, I don't.
What was he doing in the pocket?
Well, I don't know, but I was ready to say, sir, this isn't, you're not at home. Okay, control yourself. It was really weird. And then last year, we get up there, and we think there's going to be like some sort of German dance troupe and clogs and lederhosen and all this stuff. We get the belly dancers. So this year, we split the difference. We did not get the belly dancers. We got the dance troupe, and they were cute until they did the Britney Spears at the end. I don't know. I think they had a poll.
Like a belly dancer.
I don't even know what it was. I was just laughing. I was like, my little girl there. She's looking so sweet. So that's what you do. If you go there as a parent, you're really trying to think of, of things to do with the baby, and the rides are the best.
I know, and see, that's the crazy thing. If I went up to Oktoberfest right now, if I left here and went up to Oktoberfest and was drinking and having a good time,
they would arrest him because it's closed. It's already closed.
I'm saying no.
Did you know this?
Yeah.
It's okay.
I'm saying that if I were to go there at this very moment and Oktoberfest were full on crazy, I would be probably trying to just smile at people, wink at people, have a good time. And much the difference, I'm not trying to find some family fun. I'm trying to
have fun. Just have fun. Just have
meet
fun.
People,
And that's the thing.
Just good people, absolutely, right? And just have a good time.
Yeah. So my idea was
look at trash.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Again, that time is going to come soon enough, because soon enough she would not be caught dead going with us to Oktoberfest. No. Now, and so, the thing is, this is a Sunday show, so this is actually our Halloween show. Next week is Halloween, so we're still coming down off of this great weekend.
Absolutely. It will be exciting. Very, very exciting.
Yes, it's going to be an exciting few months.
I hope to make some sort of video from Halloween parties, edited and delivered for your personal viewing enjoyment.
Did you like the Bahamas video? The Atlantis? I hope you guys did. Brett worked really hard at that. Yes. Pretty soon we're gonna have it. We're gonna have to figure out how to stick that in there. It was unable to be stuck in there because the man is trying to keep us down. Why? Because we had some Bob Marley sounds in it. How do you make a video with the Bahamas without putting Bob Marley in it? Yeah. That's what I said. Yeah, and how did they split it out? And the online viewership God said no. They have very sophisticated programs, and they can go through there and they can sniff it. And they can see. Yeah. I'm going to call them anti-fun detectors, because when we were having fun, they said, not gonna happen. No. Anti-fun detector. No. Right? He shot the sheriff, man. Every time he planted a seed, man. Every time he planted a seed. But I did not shoot the deputy. And took it down. We're gonna take a little bit of a break here. Peace. Let you see some of this video that I shot of my little girl at Oktoberfest. Super adorable, super cute. Yeah. And we'll throw it up there. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about what's exciting on TV, get into some local politics, talk about the big issue of today, gifts for guys, talk about Halloween, scary stuff at the very end. We're going to do a seance here at the TruTulsa podcast.
Does somebody have a Ouija board?
We're going to find something. Alrighty, nighty-night. Welcome back on a Sunday evening to the TruTulsa podcast number 5. This is your co-host, Tim Hunsinger, welcoming Brett Wells back to the studio. Brett, welcome back.
Hello.
Gotta get
And hello.
Yeah, and he had to give that third hello because our regular co-host, Rockman IE, is not here. We don't know where he went.
Like a rock, he was as gone as could be. Like a rock, I don't know where the heck he is.
I think last week
I think
when
he just got jacked up. He must have met some very attractive lady, and we should hear about this next Sunday.
or we might not ever hear about it and never have a good excuse. This is
Oh my goodness,
this
you
is
know what must have happened to him? The demon on the other side of the moon must have picked him up.
Well, the preacher said that the end of the world was tomorrow or today. So maybe for Rock his world ended, and he's just somewhere, just huddling, just in a melting puddle of tears.
Now, do you ever feel like your world's ended from something? You know, something like a catastrophic failure in life.
Every morning.
Every morning, thanks to 5 Hour, I wake up every morning and enjoy myself. I don't know.
I don't know where he is either. I don't know where he is. Gotta bring the sound level down here a little bit. So
Yeah.
Brett, now
Very intense music.
yeah, now the thing is, there's no local media in Tulsa outside of this show. I mean, that's clear, right? I mean,
There's nothing grassroots. There's no roots. There's no grass.
it's all
There's
just
no grassroots.
just corporate phonyism. Just a bunch of weasels.
People with money who happen to own a television station, perhaps own a radio station, they just say, this is what I would like to see on my radio station, and corrupt the system by giving people what gets ratings. Shameless.
It is shameless.
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 You need to give people what they don't want. What doesn't give ratings, but yet entertains me?
Well, this endless blather, I guess, is really what really just turns off the advertisers. I think maybe that. No, I don't know. I've listened to some of the morning hosts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, both on the news side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and on the morning show side.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. It's all pretty insulting. It's all misogynist, just naked exploitation. Something
By the way,
squirrel. Something that now if you're listening to the podcast, what you don't know is that behind us, our producers put together just a stunning slideshow.
and if you see something insanely crazy come up, we're not sure exactly all the videos that went on it. So
Well,
if it pops up and it's like Mickey Mouse or something,
Those aren't
put it
Mickey
up.
Mouse. Those aren't Mickey Mouse ears. Yeah.
No,
Those aren't Mickey
Well,
Mouse
she
ears.
looks like
Again,
that. Yeah.
we want to emphasize more than anything that we are turning pink. Okay, that is the theme for this whole week. Is
Why? Because we, in fact, heart boobies.
we heart boobies. I
I
love my
heart
wife's boobies, and I can appreciate a nice fine rack on a young doe.
I'll
There
have
you go.
to put my glasses off for that
If-
one, look at it, and put them back on.
If a
Sorry.
man does not have an automatic visceral reaction to seeing a female in plumage, then there's something wrong
Yeah.
going on there.
I mean, we are
Or-
destined.
Not that it's wrong to be not attracted to women.
We
Okay,
are destined,
that's okay.
created in a way that is shaped and formed for us to adore the female figure.
Well, yeah.
That was literally, if there were a divine creator, I believe so, but if there were a divine creator, I would think created us to absolutely adore the opposite sex.
Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve. That's not Steve standing up there in the water, ladies and gentlemen.
Not that there's anything wrong with
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Well, and again, I mean, you know, you were talking about it earlier. It's like there's 7 billion people on the world coming up here. There we go. There's 7 billion people coming up on the world here, and you know, we're still called to go forth and multiply.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know, I enjoy
make it easier.
I'm a big fan of the art of practicing multiplying. I think that's really fun. Tim, practicing multiplying.
Well, look, I have 2 children, and so right now my wife and I
he's practiced well.
Well, we're at a push, and here's the thing: is that you know, every breeding couple has to have 3 children, or otherwise, Western culture, in terms of its, you know, in terms of everything we've done to maintain people's lives on this hemisphere, is for nothing. The Japanese race is probably going to be, I'm just ranting now, is going to be probably extinct in 100 years.
As you know, in the 1700s, the average female had 12 kids. 12 kids.
That's
Middle Ages to the 1700s, the average female worldwide had 12 kids. Average.
Well, you know, and then, but I think if you go to some of the, you know, the life cycle is much briefer.
Yes.
I mean, I think what the death rate might have been like 50%.
Well, yeah, that's not really a fair estimate because half of your kids probably died.
Well, yeah.
Right? And so you had a lot of them because you needed them to, I don't know, work on the farm, right?
Yeah, because you knew that a certain number were going to die. They weren't going to make it. And so you had to cast as many of your seed out there as possible.
Definitely. I agree.
Yeah.
100. Yeah. And it's, you know, and that's the crazy thing. And then you've got countries now who are so overpopulated. China, you have 1 kid.
Mm-hmm.
1 kid.
1 kid.
By law.
Yeah, since 1973.
You know, and if you guys are checking this out, you know, Facebook us throw us up something. You know, hit us on the Twitter or something. How many kids do you think our country should allow or not allow you to have? Should there even be a limit? Throw it up there. We'll take a look.
Yeah, we'll take a look. What are you watching on TV lately, by the way?
I'm a huge nut for the Jon Stewart, the Stephen Colbert. I don't think I've missed an episode in forever.
What are their take on the Occupy Wall Street? Are they getting kind of frustrated by now?
Yes, they are. Said so by said music.
Yeah. Well, that was the end of that segment. Funny, we never got to our. But see, this is the wonder of the podcast. We can just keep on rolling through it now. Now that we've broken the ice, we've reached it. Let's go ahead and just let's roll through this segment straight on through. See, I like Colbert and I like Stewart. I mean, I think the writers are top notch and everything like that. I kind of wonder if they're not kind of. I mean, if they're almost like not. I mean, are they not sort of like the Pat Robertson of the left?
No. Here's the thing. I think, and this is my opinion. Let's go with Stephen Colbert. My opinion of Stephen Colbert is he has fashioned himself to be. It's an exaggeration of, or a spoof on, heavy conservative news media. However, what I love is that he highlights things that liberal media and conservative media do, and then says things like, you know, more people should die. Yes, I agree. And throws in an amazing point. I think that guy makes phenomenal points that really make you honestly think about what's going on in our world and how stupid it sounds. Yeah. I saw a post, you know, since we're talking about the religion thing a little bit, I saw a post that Stephen Colbert had written, a quote from him that said, if we're honestly going to, if we're going to claim that we're a Christian nation, we either need to acknowledge that we don't care and don't want to help the poor, or we need to pretend that Jesus was just as selfish as we are, and would never want to help the poor, and that's what we should do. And I saw that and I was like, you know what? that's pretty deep because so many people just, oh, it's a Christian day, but then just don't care about the poor at all.
I don't know. See, we have our president saying we're a post-Christian nation or something like that. Or, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if people are kind of pulling out the Christian card as much.
I think right now I see a lot. I would think a lot of it. And I wish Rock were here to talk about this because I know this is something that he talks to me a lot about. But there's a lot of people in that keep pulling out the race card all over the place, and whether it's right, wrong, good thing, bad thing, they're throwing it out there as if that were the new token card, and.
Well, in the end days, Brett, it says that nation shall rise against nation. So these are just signs of the end times, Brett.
Guns, girls, and religion.
Guns, girls, and gods. That's
the topics of the green country.
Yeah. No, I've been watching. So I asked, let's think about things we've been watching on TV, and that's it. And I gotta tell you, I think I'm about there. See, I'm gonna depend on you to watch Colbert and the Stewart. Now, I don't watch Fox News. I mean, right now, all the news I'm getting really is from the interweb. I go to...
where the real conservatives are.
Well, I don't know.
Not those namby-pamby ones at Fox. They're like, pseudo-conservatives. Tim goes where the real conservatives go, right?
The Drudge Report. I do. Every day.
The Drudge Report.
Look, I had a coworker, Paul. He's, Paul and I are sitting there talking.
Yes.
And, he goes, oh, you're a real liberal, aren't you?
Well, now I think it would depend on the issue.
When was the last time someone called you a liberal?
Like all the time.
I'm talking
very
about
liberal.
How many days? Because I can tell you, on Friday, I was called a liberal.
It's been a while.
There you go.
I can't say, I wasn't in line at McDonald's, and I'm like, I'll take number 2. And the guy behind me was like, number 2? What are you, friggin' liberal? Yeah, no, that didn't happen. No.
Well, that needs to happen.
It needs to happen.
Well, I mean, here's the thing.
Tim's trying to encourage people to walk around calling people liberal. Oh, you liberal.
Well, at least to get it
As if
out.
there was some sort of a slur.
You probably don't look at yourself as a liberal. I mean, you're from Oklahoma.
No, I would consider myself very liberal. Now, I do not consider myself to be full on. I don't consider myself to be full on Democrat or Republican.
Well, there you go. Here we go.
But I am.
Yeah. You go to Boston or New York, and I guarantee it, they'll look at you like you're some sort of fire-breathing fundamentalist. If you said anything, and I don't know, because we don't talk about politics. We're not into politics. We're into fun and friendship. Brett and I. Squirrel. Yeah. You go up to some of these places, and as an Oklahoman liberal, you are a conservative. And then again, I voted for Barack Obama, so I mean, I'm not saying you have to do this or that to be.
It was a hard decision for me as to which way to vote.
McCain was so evil.
But I mean, for me, I will vote.
And Palin, that sunk it.
Well, I vote 100% of the time, always and forever will vote for candidates that I think personally will benefit me.
Not me.
And the people that I care about.
I won't vote. I won't vote for a Republican in this county.
And I think if you don't honestly admit to that, you just either aren't researching your candidates, because politics is about majority rules. You need to decide what is important to you and find somebody that agrees with you.
Well, yeah, I think
right?
so. Well, I think so. And then
if I were extremely wealthy, I would want somebody to say, I'm not going to tax you ever. If I had no money, I want somebody to say they were going to make me pay less tax. It's all about who says they're going to help you out. Squirrel?
Yeah, well, no, the last frame.
Did I miss a good squirrel?
No, the last frame was nothing. It was a waterfall shot or something.
So wait, by the way, did we mention we didn't put the slideshow together? Our phenomenal executive producer did. Yeah. By the way, thanks, G-Money.
All right, so what we want to do, we want to come back. We kind of want to bring these two threads together and talk about these important city elections coming up next week. Look, we're going to have that slideshow going, so you might as well go ahead and just plan on coming back after the jump and listening to us rattle and look at some eye candy. There
Absolutely.
You go. All righty.
Delicious.
Oh, Masters of War.
Yeah. So yeah. You know what? Now here's the thing. Do you think Libyans they're happy right now?
I don't know.
The Masters of War.
Well, because I saw them shooting guns in the street earlier, and you know, I think if I were really happy, I would want to go out in the street and shoot guns in the air. Be like, yeah.
Yeah, and if you
that's
shot
good.
somebody in the head, I think you would at least have like a consequence.
I
You
wonder
take the
if
man
like
who's
PETA
like
out
the-
there upset that they were shooting guns in the air.
Oh,
How many
okay.
birds died
Yeah.
over the country that day?
If you could demonstrate that a single bird was killed, there would be more upset by these phony liberals than the fact that that this guy was like gunned down extrajudiciously by Al Qaeda. And again, I'm not in the bag for Muammar Gaddafi, and we're going to talk to him later on in the final segment. We're gonna do some.
Yes, we've got him here to speak with us.
It's going to be kind of weird. I mean, most of the time when you do seances, it has been with people that have been away on the other side for some time. Now, Muammar just went over to the other side. I mean, you know, and I don't know how he's going to feel.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but here we go. That's going to be in the final segment. This segment really wanted to talk to you about these elections coming up, Brett. This is so important. Last week, the city council voted unanimously to give the police in Tulsa expanded opportunities to pull people pull people over.
Yay!
Yeah, here we go. Okay, here's
Right? No.
here's
No.
what I wrote. Okay.
No.
Well,
No.
why? Why not? Why? You don't have a Fourth Amendment anymore, right?
You know, I mean, like, I honestly, if I'm doing like 100 miles an hour over the speed limit and somebody pulls me over, I get it, all right? That's extremely unsafe. If I'm doing 3 over the speed limit, stop pestering me. Seriously, I'm trying to do something.
Yeah.
Really, 3 miles over the speed limit? Go catch a bank robber or something.
More laws are not making us more safe, and that is the whole point. More laws are not making us more safe. A, and then B, the whole idea of texting and driving or being distracted is not going to be addressed. I mean, it can be addressed this way, but still, it is just opening a can of mischief.
And I gotta say, I think the most dangerous thing that I do while driving is not texting and driving. It's the times that I find myself Facebooking and driving. Even more dangerous.
Oh,
And I like a little catchy little like,
yeah.
doing Facebook and drive. You know,
Yeah.
Oprah doesn't have a I'm not going to Facebook and drive campaign, right? I think that
Yeah, and what are they saying? Are they saying that the accident rate in Tulsa has gone up?
there are now in the United States of America, just not to be confused with any other sort of United States or something, but in the
Europe.
United States, United States of Europe. But anyways, the United States of America, there are currently more people that die as a result of texting and driving than drinking and driving.
Really?
Yes. That's why.
Yeah, you know, but then you're not pulling over. You're not pulling over this cunt that killed 5 people on Memorial, okay? Or this drunk witch that killed 3 people in Sand Springs. You're pulling over some guy that's at like .9 who's been out at Brookside. Yeah, okay, he's over the legal limit, but you know, I mean, you don't catch the bad guys. All you do is you just catch a wider net, and you just get more crappy little fish. You're not getting more tuna. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you're just casting the net out there further.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. So here's what I said.
Tuna sounds pretty good right now, by the way. Sorry.
Wait, what does? Wait, what does?
Tuna. I don't know. I went like a tuna steak. You guys had a tuna steak before? Like tuna steak is like it is very good. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. It was just this mild hungry moment there.
Have you had anything to eat?
No.
Oh, see,
I've worked. I've partied all night.
Yeah.
Somehow slept like 10 seconds. I worked all day,
Yeah.
and I'm here to entertain you
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, not me. I had
By the way,
three.
thanks for watching.
Yeah, I had 3 hot dogs at our neighborhood picnic. It was It was great.
Appreciate you playing music over there, so my growling tummy doesn't, annoy people.
No. So next week, that is all right. Again, this is exciting because we are a Sunday evening broadcast. Okay, and so that means we get a jump on what's coming up the next week.
Yes.
And it also means that we get to talk about all the crap that they try to hide in the last few days of last week, hoping that people go into the weekend and, like most people, go into Monday totally whatever. So.
Exactly. Totally whatever.
Totally whatever. Yeah, it's Sunday at 9, all right.
What else we got? What do we got on this list
So
of
what's going to
excitement?
happen next week is that next week, November, we're going to decide 2 very important things. The first is the city council elections, and really, we've had a couple of incumbents voted down. I don't even know how to explain how to vote for somebody. If you're a Democrat, you've never been contacted by your party precinct chairperson. And if you're a Republican, you've never been contacted by your party precinct chairperson. If you're lucky,
Yes.
maybe you got some direct mail because you are a registered partisan and you voted maybe once in the last 3 elections. But chances are you've not. And my message to the American people is that I'm sitting here with Maleficent's head on, some nice... That's great.
Squirrel?
Squirrels all over the place.
Sorry, husband.
If you've not been contacted by your party precinct chairperson, then you vote for somebody in the opposite party. I think if we started doing that in every precinct in America within 6 years, we will see a revolution in the ballot box. Because the fact of the matter is the partisans are all about not including people, but about excluding people. Because the more people...
not everybody votes, and not everybody votes in that. I mean, like, okay, let's take the most important election, right? Let's say presidency.
Yeah.
When you get, like, I don't know what is it, like 40, maybe 50% of the eligible voters actually come out to vote? Right? I think it's probably smaller than that. It's probably like 40-something%. We'll look this up and find this out. Google it if you're curious, but it's not everybody. In fact, it's so many people who don't. And nobody contacts anybody. How do you...
No.
If I were Republican or Democrat and I wanted my guys to win, I would want my guys' people to contact their people so that their people go out and vote, right?
No, it's all lazy. It is all air campaign. It is all sending out mass mailers. It is all buying airtime. And it's an air campaign that bypasses the local franchises. And the local franchisees are more than happy with that situation because it means that there are fewer people showing up at the precinct meetings, which means that there is a greater likelihood that they are going to meet the candidate. They're going to get to know the senator. It's almost just, you can't even barely...
Now, here's the thing. National elections, right? Even local elections, any elections, the people who vote in a primary, right, who decide who's going to be the Republican or the Democratic candidate, the people who really get out there and vote are the people with the extremist views most of the time. They're the people who would be most dedicated to whatever extreme view it is they have.
Yeah, they're skewing it one way. Exactly. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's good.
Because right now
I think that's good.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is right now is everyone is saying we need a third party. We need another party. We need another party like we need another hole in the head. We don't need a political party. If political parties were the way out, we would be in great shape right now. What's happened is that, again, you have the rich and powerful that have bypassed the democratic process so that every year, like you said, for the presidency, every year we have like 15, 20 million new voters, but not that many people died. So what's happening is that people get excited, they get involved with the political system, something within that system just turns them off and they say, fuck it. And they walk away and they never vote again. They don't even care about it. I surmise that the problem is people start getting involved with that, but then if they show just a little bit of non-purity in thought, like if you're a Democrat, 99 issues, and then you say, I don't know, and I'm just going to pick one.
Right now,
pick a
we've
Democrat
got
issue,
minimum
wage.
Well, like national elections right now for the Republican Party is in full force with the primary selection process, right? And you have all of these people up there, and they're fully aware if they honestly want to make a serious run on a Republican ticket, they need to placate to the people who would have the most extreme Republican views.
And I can talk about that at length. I mean that's me. I mean that was me. Or
that's
my.
And so you have them
You want to
saying
cater. You want to
stuff.
cater, right?
Quite, and I'm fairly liberal myself, and I hear stuff coming out of the potential candidates that kind of scares me. I'm like, these people could potentially be the next president of the United States. And I'm mildly terrified.
Yeah, well, what scares me, Brett, is that if this election here in Tulsa in the next week and a half, if they get these so-called 3 super counselors, it's over and done with in Tulsa. You might as well just say, you know what, the rich and powerful have their way absolutely, the rest of us are serfs, and they're going to pass any tax, they're going to pass any ordinance, they're going to pass anything that they want to in defiance of the people. They will pass carbon taxes. They will pass any sort of tax, any sort of stricture or encroachment on your liberty that you could possibly imagine at the city level. Because if we get 3 at-large city councilors, we're getting 3 people that are owned and bought by the prostitutes, by the Tulsa Community Foundation, okay,
yes,
by the by these blue bloods that are the socias in society. I mean, these people that absolutely have no need to work, have no reason to work, and all they can do is really just kind of think of ways that everybody else should pay more. And again, I've said it before, I've said it again, I mean, if I knew that my tax dollars were going to feed an old lady or anything else, I'd be for it. I don't want to see it go to pay more bond issues and more debt. And there's got to be another way out of this, and that's what I'm looking for.
Nah, I mean, it just, any type of thing where people just say, everybody has there's only one way to do this, there's only one tax for every single thing. I like it because there's no loopholes, there's no way for other people to get out of it, there's no way for that. The downer is that if you are extremely affluent and extremely poor, and you're all paying the extremely poor will pay a lot more, always.
Well, yeah, that's a regressive tax. That's a regressive tax, and that's the problem with Herman Cain. He's talking about not only keeping existing taxes there, but adding this new pernicious tax system, and it's just going to hurt the poor people more. I mean, again,
how is that not? I mean, he was like, oh, it's not, because like he's getting traction on this idea, and I don't think he's fully thought about this. Oh,
I think he has. I think he's wicked to the core. I do. I think he is absolutely wicked to the core.
Did you hear what he said about the people who are on Wall Street? He said, if you want to get mad at somebody, don't hate the Wall Street bankers because you're poor and don't have a job. Hate yourself.
Yeah, he's just a loser.
Did you hear that?
He's a loser. What we want to do is come back. We're going to tear up a sign here.
Hate yourself. Huh?
I don't know if we're going to talk about gifts for guys. I mean, I think we have all the gifts we want, but we're going to do something.
We are. Let's save this for because I want to get some ladies on the show to talk about this.
I don't think this is. I think this is evergreen. Okay. Gifts for guys. Anything that can help women.
I'm thinking something extremely skimpy, sexy, and just like a cake that people are coming out of.
The pink. TruTulsa will be right back.
Squirrel.
Oh yeah. Welcome back to TruTulsa. We are broadcasting live from deep behind enemy territory. This is the most dangerous podcast being broadcast in Midtown this evening. I don't know. We're expecting the feds to come busting in on us any second. Now, I wanted to follow up here a little bit about the local politics. I mean, again, I've studied this stuff. Now, you're a Democrat, or are you a partisan? I don't know. See, I swear to goodness.
I don't know.
All right, okay. Point is this.
Fairly
Ask
liberal
yourself,
for sure.
Point is this. Ask yourself, if you are a partisan, have you ever been contacted by your precinct chairperson? If the answer is no, then what you do is you blindly go into the voting booth and you vote for the person of the opposite party. This is perfect. It works for Democrats and it works for Republicans. And what's going to happen is you start seeing these precincts that should be Democrat strongholds or Republican strongholds. As you see these begin to flip, then you're going to start seeing people ask why. Now in Oklahoma, this is very important. The Oklahoma Republican Committee shut down its last convention because the Ron Paul supporters were staging an uprising, so they had to actually invoke some sort of arcane executive order and just took the matter away. I mean, the people were literally staging an uprising. This would be like if the Democrats had Lyndon LaRouche or Al Sharpton or name it. Okay.
Yeah.
Those delegates said, you know what? I understand you got Hillary. I understand you got Barack. We want Sharpton, or we want this other guy. And then the executive committee, the powers that be, come in and shut it down. That's what happened. That's what happened in the last election for Ron Paul. Those delegates were not going to vote for John McCain. You were going to see them go into, where was it at? Philadelphia? Who even freaking cares? You were going to see them go into their national convention and not vote for John McCain. And so because of that, the Oklahoma Republican fathers decided that they were going to shut it down. And like I said, my heart has been yeah, we're gonna
man.
Woo! We're gonna need to edit some stuff out. Squirrel. Holy smokes, that wasn't a squirrel, man. That
So
was like
when you go out for a drink, where do you go? Where do you?
I don't. Look, until Vivian is old enough for us to go out there like normally. Okay.
Now you get a babysitter. Now here's the thing. I don't have kids, right? So if I want to go out, I just go out. If people call me, something fun is happening, I just go do it. I have a great time. If I had a kid, I would be more concerned and want to, bring my child to a safe place. They're absolutely safe. How does that work? I mean, do you
when we go out, I mean, it's like if we, I'd like to go to India Palace because it's really the most elegant dining for the cost. I'll have a huge
fine dining.
Really is. Give a shout out to them. I have 3 or 4. 3 or 4. No, I have like over the course of 2 hours, I have 2 drinks. And this is so distracting. It's awesome. At the same time, it's such an awesome problem to have. So we'll go out. If I go
because
out to
of breast
eat,
cancer awareness.
Exactly, only because of that.
Yes.
If we go out to eat, I'm not having a couple drinks there, and that's going out.
Yes.
Now, when you younger folk that are out there, still in, the youngsters, for you kiddos that are going out there on the scene. Youngsters. When you guys are going out, you have a different
Appreciate all the
agenda.
Facebooking, everybody. Thank you.
Yeah, and they're not even getting this live. They can just detect the buzz.
They know. We know. Who's?
So here's the thing. This guy right here, Phil Lincoln, he is an enemy of the people. He is an enemy of everything that is good and right and wholesome. He probably steps on kittens.
Now, if you feel he's an enemy,
in my humble opinion,
what would you do?
Well, here's the thing. This is strictly satire. Okay, I don't know any of that stuff. He might be the next Abraham Lincoln. I don't think so. I think the whole reason why we're having a leadership problem is because at the local level, we're not standing up. We're going with the party politics. We're not standing up and decrying these people. This is a guy.
Sorry.
Look, my wife is a brunette. I love my brunette. Love my brunette.
So was
So
this
this
the
guy-
closest? Was this the closest? Oh look! Oh!
This is the best
Oh!
I can do. I'm not
Oh!
occupying anything.
Oh,
I'm not
he didn't.
occupying anything.
He didn't.
No, I didn't. I did.
Oh.
I did. I mean, that's
Oh.
it. The first
Partisan
act.
politics take that.
No. The first act of these so-called public citizens is putting their shit out there in the right of ways. Their first act is committing a criminal violation. You know, so if you go out there and you just rip it up, then you're not doing anything wrong. Again, you know,
N is for.
And it's for, yeah. And again, you know, for me,
Zing!
I'm officially registered as an independent. I really don't care. I ain't gonna be voting for Phil Lincoln though. I don't think he's in my district. I think I got that.
I don't even know. He's like, I'm angrily tearing up your stuff, and you have nothing to do with me. So zing.
Yeah. So that's my goading. That's my goading vibe. That's my goading vibe. That is my voting guide for the elections. Is again, if you're a partisan, you've not been contacted by your precinct chairperson, vote for everybody. Vote a straight ticket on the other ticket. It works both ways. It's not going to hurt Republicans more than Democrats. I think both of them are just pathetic. I mean, come on, you got to admit it. They're both pathetic. Okay, so
I suggest people write in candidates. If you know, you just write Mickey Mouse for everything. If we elect Mickey Mouse president, things will really change. I tell you what, man, Mickey ears for everybody.
Yeah. As long as they're those pink ears.
Get that stuff out of here.
Those pink ears. I
Zing.
don't want to talk about gifts for guys this week. I just
You know what?
feel-
Honestly, let's do that next because it's coming up. You know, next month, right? We're getting there. Next month, that's got it's got Thanksgiving in it. That's got Black Friday.
Yeah.
How black is your Friday?
But then
Once you go Black Friday, you never go back Friday.
We're gonna get emails on that. I can guarantee it. No, here's
By
the
the
thing.
way.
But the problem is the next week is gonna be the 30th, and we're gonna tape the show. We're gonna have to not do a Halloween show. That is gonna be like taping on Christmas Eve, and like not talking about the fat old elf there.
Right, absolutely. But please Facebook us with what you've done over the holiday. And so if you've got these great pictures, because Halloween to me is not necessarily about going to doors and knocking and getting candy. It probably was when I was 12, when I'm an older man, a little, you know. I'm wanting to dress up and something that's masculine, that's fun, and I'm wanting to party with a whole bunch of ladies in the absolute sluttiest outfits ever, but classy. Because you say classy, Tulsa.
Well, when he said he wants to dress up in classes, that means he's.
Who's that?
Look, if you can get a picture of Brett in garter belt and like fishnet stockings.
If you have that out there,
yeah.
hey, you know who you are. No, nobody's got that photo. That's never been
Thank
taken.
goodness. That would just be.
Holy hand grenade. Yeah, that's not acceptable.
No, that'd be bad. That'd be bad.
Yes,
So next week then, when we come in for the show,
$1,000 for the photo, by the way.
we're gonna talk. Yeah. I don't know how much I'd pay somebody, but I don't.
What would you if you had a picture of yourself in some sort of insanely revealing stupidity? What would you pay? What would you pay?
Wait, pay for a picture of myself.
Okay, so this is somebody's got this, right?
Okay.
And they could potentially leak this sort of information on
Blackmail me?
yeah, right. What would you pay
I have
for
no
a
shame.
revealing picture? I don't do anything that I don't tell people about.
$350.
I think maybe $10 if it's a good photo of me, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm shameless.
Because I've got nothing. Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't do anything that people don't know about. By the way, if you've got questions about who we are and don't know us and don't know, please you can shoot us a message on Facebook. So, ask us. We'll try and get back to you as quick as we
Has
can.
anyone joined our forum? Has anyone joined our forum? It's so hard.
We've got a forum?
We,
I'm just playing.
we have a forum. We have a Twitter account. We have the Facebook.
We
It's
do?
just- yeah.
When did you guys do this?
He did it in his sleep.
Our producer's doing phenomenal stuff. I have no idea what's happening here. This is great. This is
Well,
great.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. We're going to take another break, and then we're going to have a seance with Muammar Gaddafi.
So, you all enjoy the break, I don't know, and we will boil and bubble. Muammar Gaddafi, you're not so laughy. Come back to us from the grave, and all your gold and your dollars were kind of to save. Calling Muammar Gaddafi. Calling Muammar. Are you there, Muammar? Hello?
Muammar, is that you? Yeah. Hey, what's going on? I always feel bad calling you at times like these. Are you good to talk?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, here's the thing. We're filming live on TruTulsa, and we just wanted to see how things are going with you.
Can't complain. Don't have to worry about walking around and things like that. I just levitate everywhere as I'm controlling their lives.
So, you've really not left control then. You're still in control. Is that what
People
you're
call me
saying?
a control freak. I merely like to make sure things end up exactly the way I want them to.
Muammar, you're dead. I think it's time to kind of let go. I mean, they've spoken. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I don't, we had our ups and downs ourselves.
Look, man, my people love me. Okay?
Well,
They only revolted because of other people told them to. They didn't know they were doing that. I forgive them.
Did you feel that you deserve to be taken out like that? How did you feel about that?
I was like, you know what? Seriously? Really? I at least expected a party. But people were just shooting guns in the air. What kind of a celebration is that?
So you were kind of killed by like accidental fire. Is that what you're saying? Do you
No, they handcuffed me and arrested me.
And then they shot
me
in the air.
in the face repeatedly.
Yeah, but that was an accident. They were just happily shooting in the air, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, bullets just rained down. They'd done nothing. Yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of ironic. You kept on talking about Al-Qaeda, that they were rats, and then they found you in a culvert, kind of like a rat. That's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah, the irony. It's alright. Back to floating.
Kind of moving on here, because I know that, your time is limited here. Who's doing your eyewear? Was that Gucci?
Sometimes I do the Gucci.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do the Ray-Ban.
Ray-Ban.
Yeah.
The silk, were you doing mainly silk there? I kind of felt like maybe you might have slipped into some rayon. I mean, was it always silk?
Yes, I was intentionally looking for how possibly could I look as a world leader and also like a 70s porn star at exactly the same time. I think I did it. I think I did a good job.
Well, what was amazing there, the video of your final encounter there with Al Qaeda, yeah, it looked like you still had the Jerry curl kind of thing going on. I mean, how are you able to keep yourself looking that well up to the end? I mean, a lot of people, Saddam, you saw him, and he looked like Tim Allen from Santa Claus. Did not look like himself. He really, bad fleas, the whole thing. You looked pretty good, shaved, had the Jerry curl going on. Did you feel pretty good about the way you looked there toward the end?
Yes, I felt much as coming to America. I felt like I was letting my soul glow. Just let your soul glow.
That was awesome. That was awesome. what's it like on the other side?
I don't know where all these virgins are. There's no virgins.
Not since you're there. No, really, there are no virgins on the other side?
Nah.
Did you die as a martyr? Did you feel like you died as a martyr? Or is like, a bad guy, though?
I think my least favorite thing is the fact there's no McDonald's.
No McDonald's, no virgins, and we're expected to think this is heaven? That sounds like hell.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Must have done something wrong in a past life.
If you think about it, though, Momar, did you really want 72 virgins? I mean, I think at this point, I'm kind of older like you, and I kind of want a woman with more experience.
Yeah.
I mean, 72
But
virgins.
the virgins thing, that's the line. That's what you gotta do. You gotta go for the virgins.
Yeah.
Look at the time. There's some virgins over there.
Oh, you gotta go.
Yes, I see virgins. Oh, and they're carrying McDonald's. Perhaps I've died and gone to some place that carries McDonald's and has virgins.
Well, good, Momar. Well, Momar, listen, we just wanted to say farewell. We barely knew you. Thanks for taking the time. You always did that. Whenever we called, you were always there for us, and we appreciate it. I just want to let you know that. Okay?
And by the way, thanks for joining us for a happy Halloween.
Well, that's not bad for a
special.
sketch. That's not bad for a sketch. Okay. Let's bring it back.
And you all have a happy, safe, sexy, and costume-friendly, fun, awesome weekend.